Don't ever forget.
Don't ever forget that today, August 5, 1962, 60 years ago, Nelson Mandela, the father of modern South Africa and considered as a beacon of hope that brought democracy to the land, was imprisoned and wasn't released for almost 28 years. Let me take you back in time. Nelson Mandela, at a young age, hoped to contribute to help his people. At that time, Black Africans are still struggling for freedom and inequality. The segregation code, apartheid or apartness, was a system of legislation that segregates policies against non-white citizens of South Africa. It exists to dominate people of color politically, socially, and economically by the nation's minority white population. Besides greater job opportunities for white population, Black Africans are also deprived of their right to vote. The Prohibition of Mixed Marriages Act in 1949 prohibits the marriage of white people in South Africa with people of color, followed closely by the Population Registration Act of 1950, where each inhabitant were classified and registered according to their racial characteristics. Social rights, political rights, educational opportunities, and economic status of an individual are largely determined by the group to which they belong to. A way of life Nelson Mandela strongly opposed. Over the years, even as a student, he had radical ideas, such as pushing equal rights for people of color, an idea that was not met with a nod. Because of this, Nelson Mandela became a target of the government that doesn't share his beliefs and visions. He joined the African National Congress, or ANCYL, that led protests of civil strikes and disobedience to fight against the apartheid system. The South African government responded unkindly to these protests. On August 5, 1962, he was arrested in a police roadblock outside Howick. He was charged with leaving the country without a permit and inciting workers to strike, where he was convicted and sentenced 5 years in prison, a sentence that was meant to be served for only half a decade. But he was accused of sabotage on October 9, 1963, where he and 10 others went on a trial that is later known as the Renovia trial. Here, he said his famous quote that touched the hearts of many Africans.
I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the idea of a democratic and free society in which all persons will live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an idea for which I hope to live for and to see realized. But my Lord, if it needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die.
And on June 11, 1964, Mandela and 7 others were sentenced to spend their lives in prison. He did not stop there. Even if he was confined inside the cell, he continued to write and share his visions of a better South Africa. A South Africa where people are not judged or discriminated based on the color of their skin. And almost 28 years in jail, Mandela set foot outside to finish what he started. A determined man ready to continue his fight for equality. And he said, "As I walked out the door towards the gate that would lead me to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison." Mandela was determined to be the president of a democratic country. He was also backed up by millions of Black Africans eager to participate in their first ever opportunity to cast their vote in support of Mandela's dream to end apartheid. A hard fought battle recognized by the world when he and then President F.W. de Klerk won the Nobel Peace Prize for their work for the peaceful termination of the apartheid regime and for laying the foundations of a new democratic South Africa. On May 10, 1994, Nelson Mandela, at the age of 77, was inaugurated as South Africa's first Black president and the first democratically elected president by the people. Nelson Mandela's life is an inspiration to all who are oppressed and deprived, and to all who are opposing oppression and deprivation in pursuit of harmony and equality. Today, Nelson Mandela is considered as one of the greatest leaders of his era, and his bravery and passion is recognized around the world. Many years after his death, his words continue to inspire other people. A true leader that is loved and cherished by his people. Don't ever forget that. If you have any comments, put it down below and don't forget to press that button.
Don't ever forget